is a crisis, and I don't think people realize the damage that's going to be done to this community and the surrounding suburbs. You can't run away from this problem. If we don't tackle this problem pretty soon, you can't have many more generations of thousands and thousands of kids dropping out of school every year, having no opportunity for their future, and then relying on everyone else to take care of them. I mean, the beauty of education, I think, is that there are all kinds of great reasons to care. There's what you hope it is the selfless reason that you care about these kids. You want them to be great citizens and have great futures. But there's also the selfish reason that you want other people contributing to your tax base and committing fewer crimes and all that stuff. There's all kinds of different reasons to care about education. In the past couple of years, I've sensed that in the community there is more interest in making big changes and doing big things. I think now the question is how do we really capture that and put it into use going forward.
The blame game is really easy to do. It's easy to blame teachers for not being effective. It's easy to blame the education system. It's easy to blame the parents. It's easy to blame the not-for-profits who aren't as effective as we need to be. But we've got to stop the blame game, and we've got to work together.
It's my contention that kids don't drop out of school, that parents drop out, and kids are not operating like we want to be a world power in the 21st century. And there are so many indicators. But for the state of Indiana, for poor kids, this is not a friendly state. There are about only 4 states that don't have early childhood education. Indiana is one of them. There's no excuse for that. Now we don't have any money, then we can make an excuse. But when we had surpluses, we couldn't get people to say we need to start early childhood education. Meanwhile, they compare us to states like Florida with universal preschool and everything, and they compare apples to oranges, and meanwhile, they talk success and they do less.
The power of informal, formal relationships, how they can change your life so drastically, that certainly inspired me to believe that education really is key, but a good education is critical. And then also that relationships are really the essence. I mean, your relationships with your teachers, with your principals, with your family, with people you don't even know, that to me is what not only will save lives, but will help people learn to thrive and be productive citizens in our society. And it doesn't take much to make a really
My favorite story about Miss Stratford, though, and the last one I'll tell you, was right at the end of the school year, the AP students, the advanced placement students, were taking their final test of the year. What did the test cost? $85 each, I think? The school has to pay $85 for each test. And I think it was about 7:27. The school day starts at 7:30. And I hear that voice. And I go in search of it, and there's Stratford in the middle of the main floor on her cell phone, screaming this time, which she's already talking, she's loud enough screaming, at this kid who was late. And she was checking on her kids that morning to make sure they got to school in time to take that test. And she said, very loudly, I won't scream it for you, if you're not here in 3 minutes, you owe me $85. And he got there. He had to run across Madison Avenue, but he got there in time. And that's, to me, that summed up what you need. I mean, you need someone in these kids' lives that's willing to go that extra mile, and she did it for kids day after day.
Mentoring 4 hours a month, 1 time a week or twice a month. Research shows that alumni, these kids, when they grow up, are 42% more likely to earn a 4-year college degree. They're 46% more likely to have a household income of $75,000 or higher. And when you're talking about, the poverty level kids that we're all talking about, that's just absolutely phenomenal.
Mine is, there's no one segment, one person, whatever. This is a universal problem. It's going to take a universal effort to turn this around. And the only question is, do we really want to?